Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are just going to be spending the day with me and just getting a couple things. Let me turn the TV down. We're just going to be getting a couple things done. Like I have laundry to do. I need to clean up a little bit around the house, and I have lots and lots of things I need to prepare for that craft show that I have coming up in like 3 weeks. I haven't done anything. So I really need to get that done. I really don't want to get up. I did not sleep well last night. I literally kept tossing and turning and just not slept at all because I've been having this toothache on my right side. It started yesterday and it was just like a little, just a small little ache. Well, when I went to bed, it like started like throbbing and just a bad toothache. So I definitely need to get into the dentist and get that checked out. But it's Saturday, so lucky me. I have to wait the whole weekend. It's a little bit better this morning. I did went and get some of that gel. What's it called? Oragel, I think, or something like that. But I did apply a little bit of that gel. And it made it numb, obviously, for a little bit, but it's doing okay. Cliffy wants to hang out with us today. But anyways, like I said, we're going to be working on orders and getting that ready and prepared because I have this craft show in like 3 weeks, and I really need to get that going and started. And I don't even want to get up, but I think we're going to head outside first, stain some wood, and then while that dries up, then I'll probably come inside and start working on a couple different things. So let's go ahead and head outside and get this day going.
Life goes up and it goes down. I know my mom taught me that. I figured why we fool around so little, and we keep track of time, being so serious. Idiots thinking it will matter, keep me company downtown before the clock runs out. Sun is shining but the rain is welcome too. Friends are nearby, don't need another view. Time is not on my mind, but then it's you. Oh, I love it when the love comes around, and then I remember all things must pass. But I'm not gonna wake up. I'm not ready, let me have another day.
So like I mentioned, I am going to be just working on a bunch of items that I'm going to be preparing for this craft show that I'm going to be going to. When I originally recorded, this was like 3 weeks away. But now that I am editing and like trying to get this video out, it's like literally just like a week away from the craft show. I've been just so busy trying to get items ready and just trying to, make sure I have enough things for that event because it is a 2-day event. So hopefully that turns out pretty well. I'm a little nervous because it's the biggest one I've ever gone to. So hopefully it comes out good, but I'm just going to be working on orders and getting this ready. Like I said, this is going to be like in the next several days of working on orders. It's not just a 1 day of working on orders. This is going to be different days, and you'll notice with the outfit changes and all of that, but this is different days working on orders.
Let me have another day. Don't wake up. Keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet. Whoa, no, not yet. Whoa, no, not yet. Whoa.
So the boards that I'm currently working on are actually going to be welcome signs. I had already had them cut and sanded down, so all I was doing here was just getting them nice and stained and trying to get them stained. That way I can go ahead and apply, the welcome on there. And then I'm also doing a couple of these door rounds. So again, these were already sanded down, and I do suggest sanding it down before you stain. It just applies a lot better. But these were already sanded down. I had already done that like the day before, I want to say. So all I'm doing is applying the stain and letting them dry.
goodbyes, but we won't go home just yet.
So I did 2 boards of each color here. I did 2 boards Provincial, 2 classic grays, and then 2 red mahoganies. And then I also did 2 boards on this side over here, and these are just classic gray. So those will be some door rounds. So we are back inside. I went ahead and took a shower and took a shower then changed because I was super sweaty from being outside and staining those wood boards and stuff. So we're back inside now, and I am going to go through the orders that I just placed not long ago. I did an order of t-shirts because I do want to make some for that craft show that I'm going to be going to. So I'm going to be sorting those by the colors and sizes and just kind of seeing what color shirts I'm going to be using for what designs and all of that. But before I get started, I'm gonna go make myself a cup of hot chocolate because I just want something warm to drink. I mentioned earlier I have a toothache, and I don't know if that's really the best thing for me right now, but I'm craving some hot chocolate, so I'm gonna make myself a cup of hot chocolate, and then we'll start on the t-shirts and going through that.
You've got your head down, just like when we first met. I can't believe it's ending. Why did we fuck it up? So stupid and upsetting. How can I give you up? We've said our goodbyes, but we won't go home just yet. Let's stay here in this moment, pretend that we're not broken, and kiss me like you used to do before it all went down. 'Cause when the moon is falling.
So on this particular day, I had received the order of t-shirts. So all I was doing was getting them out of the box and just marking off on my list, or not my list, but my order receipt, making sure that I had received all the shirts that I had placed an order on. And then this day here, this is a different day. I want to say this was like the following day, if not the next one. But anyways, on this day, I went ahead and pulled them back out, and then I just laid them down on the couch by colors, and then I started writing down like how many shirts I had of one color and like how many of the sizes. So like, let's say white t-shirts, I have 2 smalls, 3 large, medium, etc., etc. That way when I pull my design up and I know what design I'm gonna be placing with what shirt, I know exactly how many shirts I have of that color and how many of that size. That way once I go to print, I know exactly, okay, I need to print 2 smalls for white, or 2 smalls of, blue, or 3 large, and just that way I had an idea of what I was going to be printing. And now I went ahead, after I was done with that, I just went ahead and moved over to the computer. And then don't mind the mess because it looks very messy in here, but I went ahead and started pulling up the designs and just kind of writing down, since I already knew what design I was going to be putting with what shirt and how many I was going to be doing. I went ahead and just started printing out the designs and just trying to get those ready for me to start pressing. And then this is on the same day. I'm getting the shirts out, and then the way I press my shirts, because the way I do my t-shirts, they're sublimation designs, so it's ink. So you have to make sure something's in between your shirts. That way the ink doesn't go down and go into the back as well. So what I do is I put a piece of parchment paper in between my t-shirts, which that has seemed to work just fine. And I haven't had any issues with like ink bleeding or any of that. So I just put a piece of parchment paper right in the middle of my shirts, get it nice and straightened up, and then I grab my design, and then I just put about like 3 fingers down from like the collar, and then I just make sure it's nice and even and it's not, off-sided or any of that. Just make sure it's centered, and then I use some heat tape, and that's what I use to place the image down on the shirt just so that it's secured, and then I move it over to my heat press and I'll press it down. And the settings, if you're interested, I do them at 390. Yes, 385 or 390 now that I'm thinking, I can't remember, but it's 390 I want to say, and I do it for 55 seconds.
Where you gon' wanna move your feet until they start to bleed. DJ, take it away. Tonight is all for you and me. So baby, spin and let the music begin. I know you feel it within. So go ahead and just spin.
So while I wait for those 60 seconds to be up, or not 60 seconds, then 55 seconds to be up, I go ahead and prepare my next shirt. That way, as soon as this one is done pressing, I can go ahead and put the next one on and keep the flow going. Because if you kind of wait and, you know, wait till the 60 seconds and then kind of do the next one and then get it ready, like just trying to be on top of it. So I always tend to go ahead and have my next one ready and already, you know, ready for me to just grab it and put it right on the heat press and get it going. Now, if your shirt comes out a little yellowy, sometimes that tends to happen, which is normal. All you gotta do is spray a little bit of peroxide on it and it's good to go. It'll go right back to normal. And then this is on a different day. So I am going to be bleaching these shirts because the images that I'm going to be placing on it, I wanted them to be a bleached shirt. So the way I do the bleaching is I literally just lay them down flat, then I just kind of scrunch them all together, and then I'll spray them down with bleach, leave them like that for just a little bit, and you'll see here, like I scrunch them all up, and then I start bleaching them one by one, and then by the time I'm done, I go right back and I unfold them and let them dry for like just a little bit. It literally does not take long. The best thing and the best results is always when there's sun. So if you have sun, it's gonna be a good day to bleach. But if you don't, I mean, you can still do it, but it's probably gonna take you a little longer for it to whiten up. But you'll see here, all I'm doing is just spraying it down while it's scrunched, and then by the time I'm done, I go right back up to the top and I just unscrunch them and just lay them down flat, let it dry, and then I'll flip it over and do the exact same thing. So here's a little preview of basically what the design for bleaching is gonna look like. This is the front, and then I flip it over, scrunch it again, and redo that process until they're both sides are bleached. And then once both are done, what I do, I just pull them all together. There's so many things that you can put in between your shirts so it doesn't bleed through. I use plastic trash bags just because I have them at home, it's convenient, and they're so reusable. So I just put a trash bag right in between my shirts, and then what I use is like a paper, or the paper where I usually print my design on. I use that as like my sizing to know exactly how big of the square and size I need to do the bleaching. So for the smalls, I use a smaller one. For medium and large and etc., I do the larger piece of paper here. And what I do first is basically put my design down, make sure it's nice and even. Again, I do 3 fingers from the collar down, and then I use a little bit of flour, a paintbrush, put it all around my paper, and then I'll remove it. And then with the same paintbrush, I will go straight into the bleach and just kind of bleach it, and then I will lay it out in the sun. And as you can see, here's a little preview. You guys, it is hot out here. It's not like hot outside, it's actually kind of windy and it feels good outside. But when you're like bending down and bleaching and moving shirts and picking this and picking that, like, it's hot. Anyways, all the shirts are bleached and I'm just waiting for them to kind of like dry up a little bit. Then I'm gonna pop them in the washer, dry them, and then start actually pressing the designs, which I don't know if I'll get to that today because it's already late. So anyways, I'm gonna flip you guys around, show you guys the process so far, and then we'll pick back up once everything is washed, dried, and it's time to start pressing. So for my t-shirts, I tried to do a little variety of different ones. Like I did some Valentine shirts because it is in February, and also the event is over on the coast, over by the beach. So I did do a couple of like beach theme ones, and then I just did like, you know, the mama shirts and dog mom and just a little bit of everything because, you know, everyone has different tastes. And also I'm trying to add, you know, Valentine's because it's in February, and then also where the area is at. But that is going to be it for today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me and preparing for this event. And if you like today's video, don't forget to give this a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and set your notification bell to all. That way you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. And I will see you guys all really soon in my next one. Bye, you guys.
Now I'm so tired of hearing all your stories.